Greetings, hello, welcome to this video. Now, in this video, we I'll be showing you how to plot a damped trigonometric function. Just show you in a minute. The blue. Alright, so we'll be looking at plotting a damped trigonometric function in Matlab. That's just very important to stress that one. We'll be doing it in Matlab. Okay, capital A. What am I doing here? Alright. So plotting this in Matlab. Okay. We'll plot the following damped function. Let's say y is equals to e the minus t sine 3t. Okay, that's an example of a damped trig function. To plot this function, we'll first need to find what is the period of the trig function, or what is the period of sine 3t. So period just refers to the time that it takes for a trig function to repeat itself. Okay, the formula for getting the period is 2 pi over b, where b is the coefficient. Let's change the color. Where b is the coefficient of t in sine 3t, or the coefficient of t in the trig function. In this case 3 is b. So the period is 2 pi over 3. What this tells us is that the function will repeat itself every after 2 pi over 3. Okay, so every after 2 pi over 3, this is the period, which is equals to 2 pi over 3. So from the origin there was 0 to there, it's 2 pi over 3. After 2 pi over 3, the function repeats itself. It begins again. It repeats the circle. So that's what that means. But anyway, I'm digressing. The whole purpose of this video is to show you how to draw this in Matlab. So I'll just show you how the function looks like in Matlab. So at the end of the video, you'll be able to plot a damped trigonometric function which looks exactly like this in Matlab on your own once we're done with this video. Okay, just minimize this a bit. So we have our period. Now let's just divide our period by, let's divide it by 10, so that to make our graph smoother as we'll be plotting it in Matlab. So let's start by dividing it by 4, eventually by 10. So period is 2 pi over 3 divided by 4. It's the same thing as 2 pi over 3 multiplied by 1 over 4. Okay, so this gives me 2 there is 1, 2 there is 2. So in the end we have pi over 2 times 3, which is pi over 6. Okay, let's divide it even further. Divide it by 10. Okay, this is the same thing as pi over 6 multiplied by 1 over 10, which is the same thing as pi over 60. Excellent. So This will be this will be the intervals, meaning equal distances from the all the way up to, what am I doing, up to 2 pi over 3. Okay, so I've divided this 2 pi over 3 by 10 times 4, so by 40. Now I'm making this video long unnecessarily. Okay, let's get to the part of drawing, of plotting in Matlab. Okay, so in Matlab, this is the code that we'll write in Matlab. We'll start with the domain. The domain will be, just change the thickness here. Okay, domain will be t is equals to minus 2 pi over 3. The intervals will be pi over 60. That's why we're evaluating or calculating it there. And the graph will stop at 2 pi over 3. You can always choose random numbers, the beginning and the ending point of your domain if you wish to. And then next we'll write function, we'll call it y1 sine 3t, write y2. Okay, let's call this y2, call this y1. You'll see why I'm doing this. Let me just correct that. Right. Let's say y1 is this one, is the exponential. y2 is sine 3t. Okay, so this will be line 1, maybe this will be line 2 in Matlab, this will be line 3, and okay, this will be line 4. Line 4 will also write the following code, which will be y1 multiplied by, in Matlab, if you're multiplying vectors of arrays of number, this is, you need to always include a dot here. So y1 multiplied by y2, it's the same thing as e to the power minus t multiplied by sine 3t. Okay, and then fifth line will ask Matlab to plot this function. Change. Okay, ask Matlab to plot time against y, and maybe here we'll specify properties, what color we want, etc. Close or bracket. And the sixth line will tell Matlab to hold on to the data plotted, and then on the seventh line we'll tell Matlab to plot time again against y1. On the eighth line, or line 8, we'll also tell it to plot time against let's say y3, and where y3 will be a function like this, inverse of t in the horizontal of it, the minus t in the horizontal x-axis. Okay, Now let's get to plotting our code. The moment we've all been waiting for. We'll close this. Now this is just the previous code I did. Sure, so we just gonna erase all this. Okay, so let me clear the workspace as well. Just make sure I'm working neatly. Okay, let's say time equals to minus 2 pi over 3. 2 pi everything over 3. And then here we have pi over 60. And then eventually it will end up to 2 pi. 2 pi over 3. Okay. Just put this so my work is neat, or to prevent it from executing the command in the command window. It will execute, but then it will not write the answer in the command window once I put the semicolon. Okay. Line 2, let's say y, I would say underscore 1, let's say e, exponential to the power minus d. That's how you write it in Matlab. Okay, allow me to put space. It's more neater with space in between. Okay, y minus 2 equals to sine 3 multiplied by d. Alright, if you can still remember, you're just following according to what we did here. So far now we are here on line 3. Okay, now we need to identify what is in the variable y. Y is the product of y1 and y2. So that is y1 1 multiplied by y2. Excellent. And now we tell Matlab plot time versus y. Okay. Let's just run the code to see if the code is running efficiently. Now in your case, if you are opening a new script and you want to run it, Matlab will ask you to save it first. So I'll show you just in a minute. If you had, let's say you had all this on a new script. Wait, let me run it, then I'll show you the script. Okay, so we do have a plot there, which looks exactly like the graph I showed you earlier, but it does not have exponential functions enveloping it. But I'll show you in a minute how to get them to show on the plot. But before that, if you started on a new script, you can either start a new script from there, or you can do it from here. Either way, it does not matter. And then, assuming you have been writing your code as well, and you tried running it, and Matlab is saying, you need to save me. Look at this, I'm trying to run this. Matlab asks me to save it. Exactly. So Matlab requires you to save it before you run it. Let's call it trig and save it, and then Matlab runs it. Okay, so we're not working on trig now, we're working on dumped graph trigonometric functions. Let's finish off. The other line was hold on to what you have already plotted. I'm telling Matlab, well, if you're doing it also, you're telling your Matlab to do that. I'm telling my Matlab to do it. Okay, to hold on to what the previous command, previous plot. And as you are holding on the same plot, I want you to plot time versus y1. I want to see the exponential function y1. You can type it or you can do what I did, it's still fine. So let's close that semicolon, run this. Just notice the difference. We have an exponential function there. Okay, that's cool. So now we need another exponential function which is the inverse of the one that is already drawn. So the inverse will be this one here, y3. Let's just add it in our in our program. Let's just give a value for the variable y3. I'll add it just after y2. Call it y underscore 3, and y3 will be negative of y1. So I can just say negative y underscore y1, it's the same thing. Or I can say negative exponential minus t, whichever one you prefer, it's the same thing. So on the same plot we will plot, just type plot time, then we say y3, y underscore 3, right there. Okay, run it, and there you have it. Alright, the lines are so thin, right? We can do something about that. So just go on your plot and just add something. Just add a comma and then type line width. So just Matlab will suggest some links for you. If it doesn't, just type it. What's going on here? Line width, it must be under quotation marks, like that. Line width, and then I'll put width for this one to be 3. Run it. There we go. The dump function is now thicker than the exponential functions. So I'll do the same for the exponential functions. Say quotation mark, line width, I'll make them 2. Make this one 2 as well. Line width, okay, comma 2. Okay. Then I can also just already give a color. I think magenta will look very nice for this one. So apostrophe, then I'll put M for color magenta. Close it with another apostrophe. I'll Okay, that was like that. This one, apostrophe, make it red. Another apostrophe, close it with that one. This one, okay. Let's make this one caps. Let's leave it as red too. So red is just R trophy and run it. And there you have your graph. If you remember on the previous graph that I showed you, we had a legend here. You can also just add a legend, add a title also on your plot if you want to. It's all up to you. You just type in Matlab title if you want to add a title, but I'll add a legend. So there you have it. You have plotted your first damn trigonometric function in Matlab, even a trig function for that matter. So legend, what would be in my legend? Okay, my legend will have y is equals to this guy. Just copy that one and paste in there. That one multiplied by this guy, multiplied by y3. Okay, Control V. That's the first one. Okay. And what else do we have? We have y1 and y2. And y3. Just put y1 in there, comma, and y3. y3, you're next. Copy y3. Okay. Run it, and now we'll have our legend. Where are you? There we go. One wonders why is close this, run it again. Okay, there we go, excellent. It's updated. That was the old one. Yes, there we have it. There's our legend. You can move it where you want to, if you want. You can also change the font size if you want for your legend. That you can just play with Matlab, have fun. And one more thing, let's add the title. Foreground. I mean, after all, what's a graph without a title? Take this one, title, copy, V, always quotation marks. Why do I keep forgetting that? Don't forget quotation marks, okay? Very, very important. Let me say font. Yes, excellent. Font size. Make it maybe 4. Not make it maybe, I'll make it 4. Then I'll run it. Very, very small. I can't even see it. The font is so tiny. Okay, let's make it 12. Run it. There we go. 12 is much better. So there you go. This is how you plot a damped trigonometric function in Matlab. Thank you for tuning into the video. Hope you learned something from here, because I mean, what is the point if you don't learn anything? So go out there and plot as many damped functions as you wish.